I'm so sorry because I'm just not technologically minded or festive or fun. It
Or
seems
fun.
I don't have any Christmas attire for the people watching on YouTube. But for the people listening, I am dressed up as Mrs. Christmas.
Yeah, it looks like an absolute grotto at yours.
The elves are in full swing.
Yeah, it's not monotone at all.
No,
Looking,
I don't look
no,
black and white.
no.
I'm not got shackles of the ghost of Christmas past.
Yeah, there's no humbug vibes, honestly. Well, I'm not feeling Christmassy, but it is Christmas. So
Oh my gosh.
happy
It's
Christmas.
Christmas. That's a song, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
Christmas Eve.
It's
No?
Christmas Eve. Why is
Christmas
it
Eve.
getting darker and darker in my house?
It is, isn't it? Oh God, the humbug's really taking over.
Gosh, don't know what's happening. Yeah, so this episode is going to be our last episode until January. We're going to have a little 2 week break,
Yes.
and mainly for you guys, really, because you
Yes.
know when you step away from something, you appreciate it so much more when it comes back.
Hopefully.
Or you'll just forget that we
Yeah.
exist. So
You'll just think, oh, that was a
whatever.
nice break. I
Yeah,
enjoyed
thank
that.
God.
Yes.
It's like stepping out of a cult.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone will
You're
be so
finally
relieved.
releasing you.
Yeah.
This episode is going to be we wanted it to be fun, we wanted it to be happy, we wanted it to be filled with Christmas spirit. So we've each got something a little bit different to talk about today. It's a little shared episode, and I am going to talk about some different traditions from around the world, and Kate is going to, I don't even know because Kate's
I misunderstood the brief.
Okay. Kate misunderstood the brief a small bit. So
Yeah,
we're
sorry
doing
about
this.
that.
We're doing a few different things today. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's
We've been
Christmas. Fuck it.
listen. We've been professional this whole year.
We'll have you know.
So listen, this one episode is going to be a bit of a mismatch of
Yeah, it
stuff.
is. It is.
So
It's going to be a bit all over the place. I've got stories. Sarah's got Christmas traditions. Let's just mix it up because let's face it, you can plan Christmas Day all you like, but it never goes to plan, does it? It never goes how
no.
you think it is going to go in your head.
Yeah,
Where
absolutely. And that's
everyone's like happy and pleased with
yeah.
their presents and that. The kids are all like, oh, what's this?
When's dinner? I'm starving.
When's dinner? I'm going on my phone. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, none of that, all of our episodes are like that, really. They never go as planned.
True. Yeah, it's true. And
So,
none went so spectacularly wrong as the last one when we had a proper technical issue, didn't
oh
we?
my goodness,
It
halfway through
it
recording,
just
it just
cut
went,
us off.
meeting ended, goodbye. And then your whole laptop died and shut down. I was like, oh, great.
I know.
Now
And
what?
we'd already done like 45 minutes of it. So yeah, we were
Yeah.
in a bit of a panic to try and retrieve the 45 minutes because there's no chance of us being hilarious twice.
No, and I'll tell you what, there is nothing worse. Well, there's nothing worse than holding an umbrella. That's my one
Oh yeah,
pet hate.
you
But
hate
there's
that.
nothing worse than having to re-record an episode
Yeah, and find the
because
same things
yeah,
surprising or funny or
and it's
yeah,
not authentic
no,
because I've told it now, and
yeah,
I don't want to do it again.
no, exactly,
Nothing
exactly.
worse. But luckily, there hasn't been an episode that we've had to completely re-record. We've had to re-record some elements, but
Touch wood, touch
touch
wood.
wood, touch wood, and we are going to be entering our third year.
I know.
Oh my god,
Oh my God.
3 years of perplexed. Oh my god.
It's going to be good though, because we've still got some really big stories that we haven't even touched yet.
No, and I'll tell you what, the episode that's going to be the first one out back in January,
Mm.
I've been researching that one now for a little while, and I'm stuck in it. Like it's
In a good
consumed.
way or
Um,
not sure yet?
it makes me angry. It makes me sad. It makes me it perplexed absolutely, astounded, and I'm so passionate about that episode that I'm just in it, and I'm getting every piece of information. I found a book. I'm reading the book. I just want every bit. I want to be there
Yeah.
when it happened,
Oh
bit
goodness.
by bit. So that first episode of 2025, I'm hoping is going to be one for the books.
Brilliant. I can't
Yeah,
wait.
yeah.
I know nothing about what it is, what it could be, what
No, and
genre it
that's the
is.
horrible bit as well, is that I want to talk to somebody about this episode because it's in
Yeah.
me now, and I keep trying to talk to Josie, and she's like, "No, I don't want to hear it."
I want to wait for the episode.
I'm like, "But this bit," she's like, "No, don't tell me." So
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Oh,
so
good.
next year is going to be even better than this year and even better than last year. So thank you once again. Just a massive shout out to every single person that listens, even if you listen sporadically and you
Yeah.
pick what episodes you want to listen to, if you listen religiously to every episode, if you come and go as you please, if you've just listened to one episode, just thank you from the bottom of our hearts, because we wouldn't do the podcast if it wasn't for the people listening, because
Yeah.
you guys appreciate us putting out episodes, and we don't want to let you down.
No, we don't. We really don't. And to be
So
honest, for years before the podcast, that is what we were doing. We were just discussing cases like we have been for the last 2 years to
yeah,
each other.
yeah,
And that's what brought on the podcast. So yeah, the fact that you guys listen and comment and send us messages about what you guys feel and think about it, it just makes it even better for us.
yeah, because some episodes, like, you become so passionate about, and you want to do a really good job, and you want to do it justice, and you want to give out as much factual information as possible, but then sometimes you might feel like you've not done a good job. But then when you
Mm.
get a comment that says, "Wow, this was really good," and blah blah
Yeah, I
blah,
really
it's
enjoyed it. And
yeah,
yeah,
you've done a really good job telling the story. There were bits of information, because we're not the only podcast out there. Other podcasts have done the episodes that we've done. So the fact
yeah,
that people choose to listen to ours, we're eternally grateful.
we really are. We
Yeah,
really are. Because to be honest, I don't think that either of us 100% ever feel, oh, I did a really good job on that episode. Like you can come away for it and think, yeah, I'm pleased with it, but
yeah,
there's always that apprehension of like, yeah, but
yeah,
did everyone else like
yeah,
it? And did I put in enough of the facts? And,
yeah.
did I include this? And um but yeah, when we get feedback from you guys, it really makes a big difference.
It
So
really
thank you,
does.
thank you, thank you.
Well, should we crack on then?
Yeah. Oh, before. Sorry, I was just having some coffee. Before we crack on, random blams, go.
Right, here we go. I've
Go.
got two, and this is much like the episode that we did about the nursery rhymes.
Yes.
You just mindlessly sing them. You don't know what they mean. You don't know where they come from. You're just like, "Oh, Mary had a little lamb." um, yeah. So like "Ring a Ring of Roses," you don't know what it means. You don't really question it, do you? So
No.
I wanted to find out why we sing the carols that we do. Jingle bells, jingle bells. So it turns out that Jingle Bells was inspired by the noise of the bells on a horse's harness, which were used to help avoid collisions in the snow in the 1800s.
Oh,
So, snow, fog, I don't know. So
yeah.
if it was a bit,
Yeah, if it was
um,
blizzardy, you wouldn't.
yeah, they put these
Yeah.
bells on a horse, so you could hear the bells coming. You blow, oh, it must be a horse nearby.
Oh,
I know, and also
good
I've got
idea.
another one.
Hmm.
One horse open sleigh.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does that even mean? You just sing it.
Yeah.
Dashing through the snow
On a
in
one
a one
horse
horse
open
open
sleigh.
sleigh.
Yeah.
Yeah, one horse open sleigh. So, it means basically that it is an open vehicle, carriage, cart, sleigh. It has no canopy.
Yeah.
So it's open, which is open sleigh. And one horse means that it's made to have a single animal harnessed to it rather than 2 or 3 or 4.
Okay.
That's what one horse open sleigh means.
So
it's just a diddy
small
cart.
one. Yeah, so it wouldn't be Santa with his
No,
all his reindeer and that.
no, because he would need a double harness because there's 2 at the front and then obviously they're all attached to each other. So
yeah,
his would be a 2 reindeer open sleigh.
But it wouldn't be 2 because he's got like, what is it? 9?
I know, but they're all in pairs, aren't they? So 2 would connect to the front of the sleigh, and then the rest connect to the other 2s. They're all in front of each other, aren't they?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You don't need like a 9 wide sleigh. They're not all in a line.
No, but it would be the amount of animals pulling it, wouldn't it?
No. It's the amount of harnesses in the driver's seat.
So a narrow sleigh would be, for the width of like one horse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting.
How about that?
Well, mine's very brief. Celebrating Christmas used to be illegal. In 1659, the Massachusetts Bay Colony enacted a law called Penalty for Keeping Christmas.
All right.
Yeah, it's just a random blam there. I've got no more information on it than that. Short and sweet.
Find it yourself.
Yeah. If you're interested, look it up.
Do your own research.
Yeah.
We should have done an episode about Christmas facts, really, shouldn't we? Because that's really cool.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do a blam. Maybe we'll have time to do a little blam episode at some point over the Christmas season, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, so shall we begin?
Yes. Merry Christmas.
You've got me stumped there because I was expecting a good morning.
Right,
I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
What do I do now?
Merry morning.
Merry morning indeed. It's Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve unless you're listening to this later than Christmas Eve.
And then it's not Christmas Eve.
But when it comes out, it's Christmas Eve.
It is.
I can't tell you. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts recently because as part of my research, I like to listen to other podcasts and then I think, oh, they've got information that the other one didn't have. And then I think if they've got information, it must be on the internet somewhere. So then I will try and find that information. So I never just listen to a podcast and go, oh, that information must be right, because sometimes it's wrong. I will then go, oh, they've got all this information. They must have got it from somewhere.
Yeah.
But because I've been listening to loads of podcasts, I've really realised that I hate listening to people with banter that talk before the episode. I
like that more.
No, I hate a 2-host podcast.
Oh.
I just want to hear the story. That is all. I know. I know it's controversial. I know it is.
Maybe you shouldn't do the advertising for our podcast. Listen to us. You'll hate it. I do.
Yeah, because I do. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I feel the opposite. I like it. Well, I like it as long as I like the host.
The host. Yeah, I understand that. I just want to listen to the story, and I like it being told as a story. I don't really like it being told as a discussion. That's okay. What I thought I'd tell you this morning.
Right. Well, you heard it here first, people. Sarah hates our podcast.
I would not listen to our podcast.
You didn't have to. Brilliant.
Yeah, I'm not very social. I don't want to listen to other people. I just want to listen to the story and be done with it.
Oh, it's so Claire-like.
Yeah.
Claire's like, well, I don't really know any people like round where we live. I don't really know any of the school mums or anything like that. And I'm like, well, why
That's
don't
because she
you? Why
rocks up
don't
with
you?
her earphones in.
Yeah, why don't you talk to them? And that. And she goes, oh, I hate that. She hates small chat, like small talk. She hates
Yeah.
it. She
No,
doesn't
that's fair
engage
enough.
in it at all. She's like, I just want to get there, do what I've got to do when I get there, and then go. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, well, that's why you don't know anyone.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So I'm going to start us off with a tradition. And the reason that I thought I'd do traditions is because they vary,
Yeah.
all over the world. And everybody's got their own tradition in the house. Just in the UK,
Mm.
people have got varying traditions, some people do Christmas Eve boxes. Some
Mm-hmm.
people are allowed to open a present on Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
like a sneaky Christmas Eve present.
Can I tell you
Um,
my family's Christmas tradition before we
is it
go
is it
into
what your
others?
sister said about dressing up as the Krampus and the
No,
scary kid?
no, although that is thoroughly enjoyable.
Yeah.
Um, no, our Christmas tradition, I don't know where it started, but I know that it came from my grandparents. So on my mum's side, what my mum's grandparents used to do, and then her parents, and then she used to do it, and now I do it, is after we've had Christmas dinner, and it's normally when we're having dessert. So we're having like mince pies and cream or cake or ice cream, whatever it might be. We have a frosty on the table. And so as kids, we always used to say to mum, can we do frosty now? And it's like this ornament that's got like a hole like in his underside. And in that he's got little presents. And all these little presents are wrapped up. And under our placemat on the table, we all get a number. And the number relates to a certain present in Frosty. And then we all
Oh,
get
I
a little
love
present. And
that.
that, yeah, so that's been our family's tradition. I don't
Oh, I
I don't
love
know
that.
if loads of other people do it, or if
Probably
they
not.
do it like that, but we've always done that. And I've in the basement with all our Christmas stuff, I've still got our original Frosty that's like he's so battered and like falling apart.
Oh,
So he's been
absolutely
retired.
annihilated. Right, kids
Yeah.
going, give me that present.
Yeah, stuffing our hands up his bum to get a present out. But yeah, we've always done that. And now obviously like Jess and Lou know that as our family tradition as well.
Oh, that's
So
cute.
yeah, so that's our family tradition.
I love that.
Yeah, it's nice. We
Yeah.
really like it.
All right. Well, as a UK citizen, we
Mhm.
don't generally try to think further afield than the end of our own nose.
No, very
I
true.
don't, yep. So it didn't really occur to me about until I put the post out about what do people do as a family tradition. And then we had comments from all over the world. And then, it kind of occurred to me that Christmas is in Australia is in the peak of summer.
Yeah.
So then it got me thinking,
Hmm.
we decorate all our things with like snow, fake snow on the Christmas tree, snow
Yeah.
spray on the windows. Everything is winter themed. Ice skating.
Yeah.
What do they do in Australia? What do you spray your windows with?
Oh
Do you
yeah.
wear a Christmas hat because
Yeah, because
it's hot?
we're all about like even my Christmas hat, it's got wool on it because it's like
Yeah. Yeah,
brr.
exactly. Even Christmas cards, Christmas
Yeah.
cards here have got people in hats and scarves and gloves and snowmen, polar bears, all cold
Yeah.
winter things. In Australia, what do you have on your Christmas cards?
I've never ever thought about that
I
until
know
right
the
now.
more, even your Christmas jumpers, we have Christmas jumper day here. And it's a massive thing, especially in schools or even in work. You wear your fanciest Christmas jumper and it's got bells and, all some. Mine used to play music and light up. But they're all winter themed.
Yeah.
What do they do in hot countries? And the more I was writing this, the more I was like, I'm so perplexed. What?
I don't
How
get
do
it.
how do people celebrate Christmas in different countries? Because it's so alien to us that
Yeah,
it would be anything other than winter themed or cold. Um,
yeah, I've never thought about it,
I know, and it
but I
weren't
want to
till
know.
I want to know as well. So come at us.
Yeah, tell
Um,
us. Do you
yeah.
still
So
have like snowy themed, like snowmen and
yeah, that's exactly it.
yeah,
Snowmen. Even the Christmas songs are about dashing through the snow. Uh,
yeah,
that's not the case, is it?
surfing at the beach,
Wearing my Christmas vest.
wearing a Christmas leech. Yeah,
um, yeah. So, and also Christmas for us, Christmas is in the middle of winter, and it's something that you look forward to, and it's something that kind of gets you through those winter months.
yeah,
In Australia, they don't have anything like that in winter. It must be like such a long period of
yeah.
like nothing to break up the winter, I guess. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I really want to. I really want to know.
I know. So I thought, seeing that we've got listeners from all over the world, I would share some different Christmas traditions.
Yeah,
And the first one that I'm going to do is the strange legend of the Swedish Yule goat.
Yule goat,
A Yule goat.
not a Yule log,
No, a goat.
not even a log from a goat.
No.
Right.
So it is believed that the celebration of the goat is connected to the Norse god Thor, who we know
Okay.
very differently from the Marvel films. But apparently, in this folklore, Thor rode the sky in a chariot drawn by two goats.
Shut up.
Yeah, that's not. We don't.
Oh,
Where did he
one.
put his hammer?
No, a two go. Where did he put his hammer?
Yeah,
Oh, so that would have been a two goat
two goat open.
open chariot.
Yeah,
Right, I'm gonna have to get songwriting.
yeah. So
Right.
this folklore is called Julbok, and the legend goes that Thor and his goats were named Gaptooth and Tooth Grinder, would ride around on his chariot, and then at the end of the day, the goats would sacrifice themselves to provide food for everyone,
Oh,
only to rise again the following morning. It's just a
oh,
vicious circle.
goodness.
But the more modern celebration of the Yule goat was introduced in 1966 in the form of a giant Yule goat made out of straw. And this was erected in the town of Gale. Gale. And so a giant Yule goat seemed like a great idea to keep this folklore of Julebuk alive. It wasn't. It also wasn't a good idea that this giant goat statue thing was made out of super flammable straw.
Oh God.
So, the first ever straw goat to be erected in 1966 lasted until New Year's Day before being vandalized and set on fire. And then it says goat statues in other years haven't been so lucky. In the past 56 years, the Yule goat has been destroyed at least 35 times.
Oh,
The town has tried lots of different ways to protect their goat. They've had guards stationed.
goat guards.
Goat guards. They've put security cameras up. They put fences around it. The goat itself, made of flammable straw, was sprayed with water and flame-proof chemicals. And some years, the goat survived the whole holiday season, but most years it didn't. In 2005, a group of people dressed as Santa and gingerbread men fired flaming arrows into the goat, destroying it.
Blimey.
Hackers in 2009 disabled the security cameras and then snuck past them and then set the goat on fire. An American tourist was arrested for burning down the goat in 2001. He said he'd been told by his Swedish friends that burning the goat was okay, and then he ended up spending 2 weeks in prison.
Oh, blimey.
Burning the goat. The 50th anniversary of the first Yule Goat statue was in 2016. On November 27th, the statue was unveiled, and by night it was up in flames.
Blimey.
So,
Poor goat.
so this, it's so funny how traditions go from one thing to another. It seems like it was a tradition to have like these little goat things and, you know, to praise goats because they sacrifice themselves to make food. And now in the 21st century, the tradition is who can set this goat on fire the fastest?
How long's it going to last?
How long is this goat going to last?
Oh, I love a goat.
Yeah.
They're one of my favourite animals.
I know. Gap tooth and tooth grinder.
Gap tooth.
Gap tooth.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, those poor goats.
Yeah, so that was the first tradition that I came across, and I was like, that's hilarious.
I've never heard of that.
No,
never
neither.
ever heard of that.
No.
Nothing even close.
So that they celebrate like on their Christmas tree. They've got these little like straw goats and things like that, and
I've got a straw squirrel.
Did it like sacrifice itself to provide food for everyone though?
No, it didn't.
No, it didn't.
Claire sacrifices it every year when she's like, "Don't put that on the tray."
Oh, burn it.
Yeah, and we always struggle because Claire has this massive star that she always wants to put on top of the tree, and it's too heavy. It's too heavy. It comes off every single year, and every single year I'm balancing on the edge of the sofa or up a step ladder trying to get this bastard star to stay on the top of the fucking tree, and it doesn't. So I in my single years, I always used to have my straw squirrel as like the angel.
Oh, so you keep trying to replace it.
Yeah. So and now I know that she always takes it off and like sacrifices it. So now I just stand back, and while she's doing the tree, I hurl it really hard across the room. And because it's straw, it is kind of Velcro like with the material of the tree. So it always gets wedged. And every year I try and throw it higher and higher up the tree so she can't reach it, take it out. But yeah. Oh, it's another tradition.
That's another tradition, yeah.
Yeah. The squirrel hurling.
Yeah. So you go with your story.
All right. My first story is a true crime one. I'll just get my notes. So
I said at the beginning that this is going to be fun and uplifting, and you're going to bring it down.
It's not. It's fun. It's a fun one. It's a fun true crime one, and you'll see why.
All right then.
So this is the Christmas Eve heist. So on Christmas Eve, 1997, in a quiet, snow-blanketed town in upstate New York, the local bank stood as a beacon of security and festivity. Twinkling lights framed the windows, and a large pine tree adorned with ornaments sat proudly in the lobby. It was a place where the community gathered, not just to handle its finances, but to share the warmth of the season. That year, the bank manager, Joseph Carmichael, had organised a charity drive, inviting locals to deposit cash donations for struggling families. And by Christmas Eve, the safe held an impressive $300,000, a combination of donations, holiday bonuses, and end-of-year deposits. But as the bank staff celebrated with cookies and cider, a storm was brewing, both outside and within the town. Unbeknownst to the cheerful employees, a trio of thieves had been planning this night for weeks, led by a former employee named Claire Whitmore, who had been fired the previous year. The gang knew the bank's layout intimately. Claire harboured deep resentment against the establishment. Her accomplices, Jake and Vince were seasoned criminals with a liking for holiday-themed heists. They'd struck before, leaving their calling card, which this is a bit Home Alone-y. Their calling card was one single broken Christmas ornament.
Oh.
left at the scene. Disguised in festive costumes, Claire was dressed as Mrs. Claus, Jake was dressed as Santa, and Vince was an elf. The trio approached the bank just as it was closing. They rang the bell, carrying a large sack and claiming to be delivering gifts for all the staff. Their cheerful facade melted away once they were inside, revealing weapons and demands. The staff, terrified but cooperative, was herded into a back room. Claire demanded that the safe was opened, leveraging her insider knowledge to bypass the security protocols. But just as the safe was unlocked, an unexpected visitor arrived. George Donnelly, who was known as Gramps, was a retired cop and local legend. He had stopped by the bank to drop off his final donation for the charity drive. Sensing something was amiss, when he saw the staff's abandoned snacks and coats, he cautiously entered the building. Gramps quickly assessed the situation and, using his knowledge of the bank's layout, he stealthily called the police from a hidden phone in the manager's office. But he didn't stop there. Armed with only one heavy snow globe that he'd purchased as a gift, he crept towards the trio. Just as the thieves began transferring cash into their sack, Gramps struck, hurling the snow globe at Vince and knocked him out cold. Chaos erupted as Claire and Jake scrambled to subdue the old man, but the police sirens outside sent them into a panic. They fled out of the back door, leaving the money behind and an unconscious Vince. The police arrested Vince on the spot, whilst Claire and Jake were apprehended within hours, thanks to Gramps. He gave them a detailed description, and also the snowstorm helped. The police were able to follow a trail of footprints left by Jake and Claire, and it led them straight to their hideout. The bank staff hailed Gramps as a hero, and the stolen money was returned to the safe. On Christmas morning, the town celebrated not only the holiday, but also the triumph of the community spirit over greed. As for Gramps, he received a replacement snow globe, and he also received a standing ovation at the town's Christmas dinner. The case remains a holiday legend, a testament to the fact that even at the darkest of times, the light of justice and a retired cop with a snow globe can shine through at Christmas. Woohoo! There you go.
What a hero.
What a hero, Gramps, with his
Taken out by a snow globe. Them fuckers are heavy.
They are, yeah. Because they're really thick glass as well.
Yeah, real heavy.
Yeah.
They've always got a real heavy base on them as well.
Yeah.
Filled with fluid.
Ugh.
They are filled with fluid.
Why did you say fluid? Not like water or something.
Because I don't think it's water.
Fluid.
Water, is it? What are you talking about? Why are you getting weird?
I don't like the word fluid. Mate, you made it rank. That was a nice story. And now it's rank.
I didn't want to say water because I didn't think it was water. So I said fluid. And I think that's perfectly adequate.
Liquid. Because I think it's because you say bodily fluids. You don't say bodily liquid.
All right, then.
Yeah. There you go.
I apologise. Blair. Scusties.
Scusties. Fluid.
Stop rubbing your hands together. It's not that weird.
It makes me feel funny. That and the word sinew. Ugh.
Sinew.
Sinew. Ugh.
It sounds how you think it looks, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No, I understand.
Same as bile. When people say bile, I think the word sounds like what it is. Yeah. Anyway,
all right.
That took a turn.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry. Yeah. So I just went to let the dog out. And while I was there, I had a great idea. I thought, I'll just make another drink because I've drunk my coffee. And then I thought, I know, I'll have some mulled wine.
Oh, I love that for you.
Because it's Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Mulled
Mulled
wine
wine and a mince
and a mince
pie.
pie. I know. So
I love a
fucking
mince pie.
Christmassy now.
I have, for the first time ever, I made a Christmas pudding
Did you?
because I love Christmas pudding, but it's only me and Hayley that eat it. But
Yeah.
we're going round to Josie's dad's and loads of people are going to be there. So I think there's going to be more than me and Hayley that eat it. If not, me and Hayley are going to have a whale of a time.
You'll love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
massive as well. It's proper heavy.
Is it?
Yeah, real
Yeah,
heavy.
that was actually the other thing that I didn't think about until my sister came over for a couple of weeks. Like she went back last week, and she bought loads and loads of boxes of mince pies to take back to France because she lives in France. And I was like, "Do you not get mince pies over there?" Then she was like, "No." She
What?
said, "I know," and she said, "No, like she's taken all these boxes back, not only for like her, but." For like all her English friends that live over there because they're like, oh, I love mince pies. I really miss it. And I was like,
Oh,
really? It's
they
something
are
else
a
that,
staple.
yeah, but we take that for granted, don't we? That you can just
Yeah.
have like mince, you can get them anywhere. This time of year, you can get them pretty much like petrol
Oh,
stations,
and I
anywhere.
tell you, my favourite ones are the Morrison's ones, and they're on like short crust pastry.
Yeah.
They're the Morrison's homemade ones.
I don't know
They're
what these are, but they're
if
so
they
good.
come that they I don't like a Mr. Kipling's ones. Yeah, that
No,
looks
they're
too
not.
factory made to me.
They're not. Oh, I know what ones you
I
mean.
like
Like,
the
yeah,
proper
made
homemade ones.
made in the
Yeah,
Morrison's bakery.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
good.
They are
Oh
so
yeah.
good. I
Yeah,
might
let
get
us
some
know
today.
what like what's Christmas snacks and things you guys have as well, because I find that intriguing.
Yeah,
What other countries have mince pies?
yeah.
Is it just us? It
I
can't
don't
be.
know. Well,
If
I've
it
got to
is, you're
question
missing
it.
out.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god, absolutely. It's like on that episode of Friends when she's like, mince meat and trifle. These
Mm.
people just put very strange things in their food.
Yeah, it's true. It's
I tell
true.
you what, it's not mince meat, all right? It's currants and raisins and spices and all sorts of things. It's not mince meat.
But it is actually called mincemeat.
Yeah, it's called mince meat. You
It's
get it in
so
a
weird.
jar.
Yeah, yeah, that's something else that Tess bought while she was
Yeah,
over here. She said,
jar of
"Where can
mince
I get
meats.
jars of mincemeat?" And I was like, "Don't know." Um,
Everywhere.
yeah, you say that, but we couldn't fucking find any.
Oh, they're always down the bacon aisle.
Yeah, we did find some eventually at our little local shop.
Yeah. Anyways, so on
Yes.
to the second tradition.
All right.
And this one comes from Italy. And for all of our Italians listening, I'm going to butcher this, so apologies. But it is the legend of La Befana. And the legend goes on January the 5th, throughout Italy, excited children prepare for a late night visit from La Befana by hanging up socks to be filled with small delights. So, like a stocking.
Yeah.
Befana is a grandmotherly woman who resembles a kindly witch, and she brings gifts to good children and deposits them in stockings hung above the on the mantelpiece of the fire, providing that they have left her out some wine and cookies,
Yes.
which I love. Before tidying up after herself, unlike Father Christmas, that does not tidy up after himself with
Nope.
his messy reindeers that leave reindeer chomped up bits of carrot everywhere.
Yeah.
Um, as Bafana enters the house through the chimney, or other top secret techniques, if you haven't got a chimney, she gets in. If there's no fireplace, she sweeps the floor as well, because it's said that because she's coming through the chimney, her clothing gets caked in layers of chimney soot. So she sweeps the floor of her home before she departs. And this is apparently a symbolic gesture for clearing out the old just as the new year is dawning. This all sounds to me like more work for the parents. Not only have they got to leave out wine and cookies, they've also got to tidy up.
Yeah.
Dolls are made of her and burnt. And bonfires. Yeah, I don't know. It just says dolls are made of her and effigies are burnt and bonfires are often lit. She brings gifts to good children, typically sweets, candies, or toys, but coal to bad children. She's often portrayed as a hag riding a broomstick through the air. She's kind of used as like children oh, La Befana's not going to give you any presents this year. A bit like Father Christmas, but she comes on the 5th of January. And she likes wine.
Never heard that either.
Yeah.
What is it with our race and burning things? Burning goats? Burning
It's a really old sacrificial thing, isn't it? Because it was thought that the smoke, the from the burning of whatever they're burning, the smoke goes up into the air and then into the fucking things of whatever they're burning for. I don't know.
Up into the fucking whatever.
Whatever they're burning shit for, I don't know. There's times like that Josie says to me, if you don't know, then just say you don't know.
We can't help but make suggestions.
Yeah, I feel like I do know. I feel like that's exactly why. So, yeah. But please don't ever take my word for value, because literally I know nothing. Nothing with a K.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. So that's my little Christmas tradition from Italy.
I love that.
We don't have anything in January. Once Christmas is done, it's done. Move on.
Yeah. I'm not even like into New Year celebrations and things like that. I just go to bed.
I remember staying up with my dad one time when it was the year 2000, and we stayed up past midnight. We banged pots and pans and stuff. Why the fuck did we do that? Also, why did we put a candle in an orange?
Oh yeah, what are they called?
Why did we do that as kids?
With the little cloves and that.
I don't know. I just remember sticking a candle in an orange.
It's called something, and I can't remember what it is. Let's look it up. Let's get it.
These are such strange traditions that you just don't think anything of, do you?
No.
Why did I put a candle in an orange?
Christmas.
Oh, it's come up. Why did I put a candle in an orange? People put candles in oranges as part of the Christian tradition of Christingle to symbolise Jesus as the light of the world. The orange represents the world. The candle represents Jesus as the light of the world. The red ribbon represents the blood of Christ and his love. The fruit represents God's creation and the blessings people are grateful for. And the cocktail sticks represent the 4 seasons.
Well, I didn't know that. Lewis normally makes one every year.
Yeah, well, we're just sticking stuff in an orange and going, oh, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Christingle. La, la. Yeah.
Well,
that's why.
That's why.
See, that's what I mean. It's all, Christmas has gone to consumerism, hasn't it?
Yeah, too commercial, absolutely. We don't do any of those things. And it's the same as when we was talking about bonfire night, and the kids don't make a penny for the guy. They have no idea what that is now. You don't make a penny for the guy. But and carol singing. I used to do carol singing when I was a kid, and you'd knock on people's door.
Yeah.
Oh, la, 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 la. Get a pound, off you go.
But get a pound, blimey. I used to get like
pennies.
5p or something. We're like, yes, 5p. Yeah, we don't ever really know why we're doing things, do we? It's just like Christmas is coming. Let's buy as much shit as possible. Put it under the tree, take a picture of it, post it on Facebook, like, look at all the fucking presents that I've bought.
Look at all the money I didn't have and I've got myself into debt over.
Yeah, exactly. And it's such a shame, because I think there was probably an element that I did feel like that as a child, because, you do sort of think, oh, look at all the presents, and you get excited. Absolutely.
And you count them.
But a big part of Christmas Day for me was because it was pretty much, which is sad actually, but it was pretty much the only day that all my family were going to be together, and my dad wasn't going to have to go off to work, or he wasn't going off on like business trip and staying away for like 2 weeks at a time, so I knew it was guaranteed that we were all going to have dinner together. We were all going to just sit like in the lounge together, or be with my mum in the kitchen, like helping, or not so much helping, but
being a pain in the arse.
Yeah, picking the turkey, and my mum would come over and go, leave it alone, and we'd be picking bits off of it,
Get out from under my feet.
Yeah. If you're not going to help, get out, and we were like, yeah, Christmas. But yeah, we've really lost sight of what Christmas is. And I think that's a real shame. I think it's lovely when you look back on it and you think, oh, I used to love us all being together.
Yeah.
Christmas. It's a shame that you have to do that in hindsight. And,
Yeah.
even when I say to Lewis about his little Chris Tingle, whatever it is, and I say, oh, like, why did you make that or something? He goes, I don't know.
Teacher said.
Yeah. That's what we had to do at school.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a shame that you don't know the reasons behind it. But
yeah, you're bringing us down, Kate. This is supposed to be a fun episode. We love Christmas. Come on. What's the next one?
Let me just have some more mulled wine. I'll be right with you.
Get in the Christmas spirit by drinking a tipple at 11:07 in the morning.
Don't you dare tell the time. Oh, edit that out. Edit that.
If you're not too drunk.
6 o'clock in the evening on Christmas Eve. Yeah. Oh, fucking love mulled wine. So good. So next story is, and this is going to be a haunting theme story.
We really have gone in very different directions.
What Sarah means is Kate really misunderstood the briefing for our Christmas episode. I got a true crime story ready, a haunting story ready, and a cryptid story ready that are all Christmas related.
No, I love that though.
I was so pleased with myself. And I was like, I actually did it while I was at work as well. And I was like,
Sarah's going to love these. And I've gone, what?
Like,
this shit.
She's going to be so pleased. And I sent you the message and you were like, literally like, what the fuck?
I didn't say that. I was like, you said, I've got three Christmas stories. And I said, stories or traditions?
And I was like, oh, shit. Oh, yeah, traditions, yeah. And I thought, oh, do you know what?
Fuck it.
Let's just.
That's all the mulled wine. That's what's gone on.
Yes, true.
Too much.
Yeah, I am drinking a lot of mulled wine. Let me just have one more before I start.
She's going to start slurring her words.
I'll start being proper, like, belligerent and be like, yeah, well. Oh, you that subscribe. You fucking love it, whatever. No, I won't. Right, so this is the haunting episode. And this is the Phantom of Greystone Manor. In 1983, the Dawson family moved into Greystone Manor, a sprawling Victorian estate in rural Vermont. I struggle to say the word rural. Do you?
Pretty much
Rural. In rural Vermont. The house had been vacant for years, left to decay under layers of snow and silence. The Dawsons intended to restore it to its former glory, planning to spend their first Christmas there as a family. By mid-December, the Dawsons had transformed the dusty halls with garlands, fairy lights, and a towering Christmas tree. The crackling fireplace and the scent of cinnamon candles masked the manor's lingering mustiness. Yet strange occurrences began as they unpacked the holiday decorations. The youngest daughter, Lily, found an antique porcelain ornament in the attic. A small angel with hollow eyes. "It's beautiful," she said, hanging it proudly on the tree. But the parents, Susan and Mark, couldn't recall packing it. Where did it come from? That night, they heard soft footsteps pacing above their bedroom, although no one was upstairs. As Christmas Eve approached, the occurrences grew more intense. Doors slammed on their own, ornaments moved mysteriously, and fireplace would extinguish itself in the middle of the night. Mark dismissed this as drafts or the house settling, but Susan was very uneasy. She began dreaming of a pale woman in a tattered dress, holding a child and weeping silently by the tree. On Christmas Eve, while the family was gathered for dinner, the angel ornament fell from the tree and shattered. At that moment, Lily let out a piercing scream. She pointed to the corner of the room, claiming that she saw a lady with no eyes staring at them. Rattled, Susan dug into this house's history. She discovered that in the early 1900s, the manor had been home to the Hollis family. On Christmas Eve 1912, tragedy had struck. Margaret Hollis, a young mother, lost her child in a house fire caused by a faulty candle on the tree. Stricken with grief, Margaret hung herself in the attic, clutching her daughter's favourite ornament, an angel. The Dawsons realised that the angel that Lily had found matched the description in the old records. That night, as the family tried to sleep, the haunting reached its peak. They awoke to the sound of a crackling fire, though the fireplace was cold. Shadows danced along the walls. The temperature dropped drastically. In the living room, they found the tree ablaze, not with fire, but a ghostly glow. In the light, they saw a figure of a woman cradling a child. Her hollow eyes had locked onto Lily. Susan, in desperation, shouted, "We'll take care of your angel." The apparition paused, then vanished, leaving behind only a faint whisper. "Thank you." The Dawsons never spent another Christmas in that house, but they told the story for years, convinced they'd been visited by the grieving spirit who only wanted her angel to rest in peace.
Oh, the ghost of Christmas past.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
But don't put candles in your trees.
No.
Nope.
No. And any candles that you have in the house at any point of the year, do not leave them unattended.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Safety first.
Safety first. So, keeping on the spirit of my traditions,
Yes.
my next one that comes from a place in Catalan, which is in Spain, and it's called the Cagana. And to give you some context, the word Cagana means the shitter or the defecator in Catalan, which is a region of Spain. And I'm gonna post pictures of this because it's hilarious. I've never seen anything like it, and I absolutely love it. And I want one for the house because
what a shitter!
Yes, you'll see. You'll see in a minute. You'll want one as well. So the Cagana is a little figurine. Now this little figurine is doing a small squat with his trousers pulled down to his knees, his little bum exposed, and on the floor underneath him is a giant turd. Now, these little figures are placed in nativity scenes. So you can picture it. You've got Mary and Jesus. No, you don't. You've got Mary and Joseph.
Yeah.
You've got the little baby in his manger. You've got the donkeys in the stable, the three wise men all crowded around. And then over in the corner, you've got this little figure taking a shit. And it's not just any figure. Traditionally, these figures are depicted as peasants, like wearing peasant clothing, and then a little red Catalan cap. But more popularly, you can get these little figures in a whole array of celebrities.
No.
So now you can get little fucking Donald Trumps taking a shit.
Surely that's disrespectful to Jesus, though. Well,
there's several explanations for the origin of this Christmas tradition.
Yeah.
And it's thought that its origins that they've kind of been lost over time, but it dates as far back as about the 18th century. And people believe that it has some sort of symbolism to do with fertilizing the earth. But nowadays, the tradition is more about, it's more like a game for children, because when they put out these nativity scenes, they would try and hide the Cagana, and the children had to try and find it. So it's more about a game now, and the children have to spot the Cagana in this nativity.
Like Where's Wally, but
a bit like Where's Wally, but where's Willie?
Where's the old crapper?
Yeah, the defecator. So
That's
funny.
amazing. It's amazing that you found all these because honestly, I've never heard of it.
I know. I actually found a website that sell these Kagana figures.
No way.
And it's just made me really laugh that in these nativity scenes where you've got all the angels and the babies and the donkeys, and then over there you've got
someone shitting,
someone having a little shit. It's real, and it's a proper like curly turd as well.
A proper whippy.
Proper whippy poo. It's really, really funny.
Kagana. I've never heard of that. That's mad.
Really funny. But before I end my segment on traditions, when I was looking up these traditions, on the website, and it had like, 18 strange traditions from around the world, and it had all of these different traditions. One of them was from the UK, and it was the strange tradition of pulling crackers at Christmas. And I thought, that's not strange. Everybody pulls crackers at Christmas. But then I started doing research, and apparently not everybody pulls crackers at Christmas. That's like a UK thing.
Is it?
Also, it's a UK thing, but also depending on some areas abroad that have a very English population will do it as well. Some places in America within like New England, places like that will have an English heritage, I guess, and they will do it. But yeah, it's not, when you sit down to eat your Christmas dinner and you pull your cracker, you put on your Christmas hat, you tell your shit joke, and you play with a tiny little comb that you got.
Yeah. Yeah. Or a screwdriver set.
Yeah. Or, a tiny little harmonica.
Yeah.
Or some people make their own crackers. It's really cool. You can make. I remember when I was a kid, I sat down at the table and pulled my cracker. And do you remember the old TV show Lamb Chop?
Yeah,
I got an old lammy figure.
Did you?
Yeah, but I must have been about 3 or 4 or something like that. But I was like, oh my God, I got this. I didn't realise that the crackers had been handmade and that one was specifically for me. But to this day, I've still got it.
Oh,
in my little lamb.
Cool. Little lamb chop.
My mum always used to be like, oh, guess what we're having for dinner? Lamb chop. And I'm like, no,
not lamb chop.
Not lammy. I used to take it into school for show and tell and everything.
You love that lamb chop.
I did. On the tag, it's really funny. It's got Sarah's lammy that I've written. It's all spelt wrong, but
you should have brought him to the Christmas episode.
Oh my God, shall I go and get him?
Yes.
All right, 1 sec.
I'll get a drink, coffee, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Come on,
Are you ready?
Let's see him. Oh, that's proper lamb chop.
Yeah, that's lamb chop.
How did you get that in a cracker?
Oh God, I have no idea, because everyone was rattling their crackers, and I was like, mine's not rattling, mine's not making any noise. I didn't think there was anything in it.
Stuffed right in there.
Out pops lamb chop.
Oh.
Look at his bloody ears.
He's really fucking cute.
He's rank.
He's rank.
He's rank.
Oh, that's so cute.
Look at his little tag. You can't really see what's written on there now because it's gone to shit. But yeah, that is my little lamb chop.
Proper little lamb chop.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
had him for about 30 years.
Oh, little 30-year-old lamb chop.
Yeah.
I found this in the kitchen when I went to get a drink.
What is it?
Christmas slice.
Oh, gosh, you're all about the Christmas snacks this episode.
I am. Oh, it's fucking delicious.
I haven't got any Christmas snacks in the house.
What?
I know. I'm going shopping today. Well, today as we record, not today as the episode comes out. To get Christmassy snacks. But yeah, I didn't know that people didn't just pull crackers at the table, because obviously that's what you do at Christmas.
They do it in America, right? You guys?
Oh, I don't know. You're gonna have to let us know, because baffled.
Yeah, let us know if you have mince pies and if you have crackers
and Christmas pudding.
Yeah, we need to know.
Cool. All right, come at us with your last story.
All right, last story, Christmas cryptid, is the Christmas visitor of Wildwood Hollow. And this is the only story of mine that turns into a tradition, which apparently was the brief for this episode. But yes, purely coincidental, unfortunately. So in December 1977, Wildwood Hollow is a secluded mountain town in Appalachia, and it was blanketed in snow. It was the kind of place where Christmas was celebrated with candlelit services, handmade gifts, and the close-knit warmth of family gatherings. But that year, the season brought something sinister. It started on December 20th. The Miller family, who lived on the outskirts of the hollow, found strange tracks in the snow near their barn. The prints were massive, over a foot long, with 3 elongated toes and deep claw marks. At first, they thought it was a bear, but the spacing between the tracks suggested a creature walking upright. Tom Miller, the family patriarch, dismissed it as a prank by local teens. But that night, the barn animals grew restless. Their dog, Max, barked incessantly towards the woods. In the morning, they found the barn door ajar, despite being locked the night before, and several chickens were missing. On December 23rd, whilst walking home from a neighbour's holiday party, teenager Sarah Miller saw something moving in the woods. She described it as tall and lanky, with a shaggy fur-type coat that seemed to shimmer in the moonlight. Its eyes glowed an eerie green, and it moved with unnatural speed. Convinced she'd seen a Christmas monster, Sarah ran home, breathless and terrified. The townsfolk laughed off her story, chalking it up to an overactive imagination and the excitement of the season. But Sarah's sighting wasn't the last. On Christmas Eve, the Millers hosted their annual gathering, with neighbours and friends filling their home with laughter and the smell of roasted ham. As the party wound down, Tom stepped outside to fetch more firewood. Moments later, a blood-curdling scream echoed through the hollow. Rushing outside, the family found Tom lying in the snow, claw marks raked across his jacket. He was alive, but severely shaken, and he claimed that he had been attacked by, quote, a giant thing, like a wolf, but not a wolf, end quote. The creature had leapt at him from the tree line and fled when he fought back. In the distance, the partygoers saw it, a towering figure standing just beyond the glow of the porch light. It let out a low, guttural growl before disappearing back into the woods. The town's oldest resident, Granny May, whispered a name that sends chills through the room. Wendigo. She told the legend of a cursed creature that had prowled the forests during the coldest winters, feeding on livestock and sometimes people. It's drawn to greed and desperation, she said, and Christmas is when it's at its hungriest. The Millers decided to keep vigil through the night. They armed themselves with rifles and surrounded the house with lanterns, hoping that the light would keep the creature at bay. Around midnight, as the family sang carols to calm their nerves, a heavy thud came from the roof. Tom and his eldest son climbed into the attic, finding broken shingles and deep claw marks on the rafters. Then they heard it. A growling breath, so close it seemed to vibrate through the walls. They fired their guns into the air, and the creature let out a deafening shriek. The family swore they saw it leap from the roof into the woods. Its glowing eyes disappeared into the darkness. By dawn, the tracks leading away from the house were gone, covered by fresh snow. The Millers never saw the creature again, but the town spoke of the incident for decades. Skeptics later claimed the creature was a bear or an unusually large wolf. Others believed it was the mythical creature, the Wendigo, drawn by the miller's festive abundance. But whatever it was, the town of Wildwood Hollow remained wary, leaving extra offerings of food at the edge of the woods every single Christmas, a tradition that still continues to this day. The end.
Cool.
Christmas
The
cryptid.
Wendigo.
The Wendigo. I'm going to do an episode just on the Wendigo.
Yeah.
Because
cool.
I'm fascinated by the Wendigo story.
That's cool.
Coming soon.
All right, well, that's been a very festive episode on your part, not so much my part.
Yeah. Oh, I'll continue the festive spirit.
With your festive slice and your cup of coffee.
Coffee.
Well, we hope each and every single one of you have a fantastic festive period.
We do. Happy Christmas, everyone.
And New Year as well, because we won't have any episodes between now and then. So we'll be back on Tuesday, the 7th of January, with a banging episode for you guys.
And we wish you a Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year. You a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you all in January.
Bye.
Love to you all. Bye.
Bye. If you have enjoyed listening to our episodes, make sure you rate us and leave us a review on whatever platform you are listening.
We absolutely love hearing from you guys. So you can also help support our show by donating to our Buy Me a Coffee link. We will make sure that you get a massive shout out and a big thank you in our next week's episode.
You can also follow us on social media at Perplexed Podcasts. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and if you want to see more videos and blooper reels, subscribe to our TikTok and YouTube channels.
You can also email us your stories at perplexedpodcasts@gmail.com.
And you can find all the relevant links in the episode descriptions. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye. Oh.
And it's lubber fun. Nope.
It's lubber fun. Nope. The crackling.
The crackling of Kate's voice.
The crackling of the mulled wine.
She done that on purpose so she could take another sip.
I just need a drink. It's purely for medicinal purposes. I'll have everyone know. Right, where was I? The crackling. I've
got the giggles.
What is your problem?
Sorry. I've got the giggles now. Trying to hold it in.
It's fine. It's Christmas episode. You can giggle all the fuck you want.
I've not even got any mulled wine.
Oh, it's proper sad in your house. What's going on?
I love it. I'm going to get a shelf and display them all on because I love them.
That was said proper violent. I love them.
Yeah.
Right. Well, all right. If they had a goat, that goat would have been on fire like that.